Hello everyone, today we are going to learn computer languages. Computer language, it is the only language which computer understands. It is made of zeros and ones. They must be 0 and 1 because the internal circuit of a computer is made up of switches, transistors and other electronic devices that can be either on or off, that is 1 or 0 respectively. This is the example for a machine language code. It was developed by Grace Hopper, a mathematician in USA Navy in 1950. It uses symbols and mnemonics to represent machine language. A program called assembler is used to translate symbolic code into machine language. They are also known as assembly language because they have to be assembled. This is the example of symbolic languages. Next one is high-level languages. It is developed to improve programmers' efficiency for symbolic languages to change focus from the computer to the problem we solve. They are portable to different computers. They still need to be converted to machine language in a process called compilation. These are the examples, that is BASIC, COBOL, Pascal, Ada and C. Next one is natural languages. These languages include the people speak in their daily lives. These are can include English, Spanish, German, etc. The idea to use on one's natural language is to give computer orders. This has only limited use today. Next one is reading a program, writing and editing programs. Use text editor to write programs. When you are done, you save program to disk and it will input to the compiler. Compiling program translate into the source file into machine language made of two separate programs, preprocessor and translator. Preprocessor reads the source code and prepares it for translator. While preparing the source code, it scans for special commands that tells it us to look special code libraries, make substitution in the code, other ways to prepare the code for translation into machine language. The result for this processing is called translation unit. Next one is translator. Converts the translation unit into machine language. This code is machine language is called as object module. Linking programs. A high-level language has many subprograms, of some of which are written in the program, some of which elsewhere have to be attached to the program. Example, I/O processes. The linker assemblies of all of these functions into the final executable function. Next one is program execution. Use the operating system command to load the program into primary memory and execute it. Loader. It is an OS responsible for loading the program into the memory. Program reads data for processing either from the user or from a file. After the program processes the data, it prepares the output to the monitor and file. The program is finished, it tells OS which removes it from the memory. Categories of languages: procedural, object-oriented, functional, declarative, and special languages. Procedural languages are set of instructions that are executed one by one from beginning to end unless the instruction force the course control any elsewhere. Each instruction either manipulates data items or is a controlled execution. Example: Fortran, COBOL, Pascal, C, Ada. Next one is first one is Fortran, that is Formula Translator. It was designed by a group of IBM engineers and was commercially available in 1957. First high-level language. Its features were high precision arithmetic, capability of handling complex numbers, exponential computation, etc. Next one is COBOL, Common Business Oriented Language, designed by US Navy computer scientists. It was designed to be used as a business programming language. Fast access to files and databases, fast updating of files and databases, large amount of generated reports. It was user-friendly formatted output. Next one is Pascal. It was invented by Nicolas Wirth in 1971 in Zurich, Switzerland. Named after Blaise Pascal, the 17th century French mathematician and philosopher who invented the Pascaline calculator. It was designed to teach programming to novices by emphasizing the structured programming approach. Next one is C and Ada. C language developed by Dennis Ritchie at Bell Laboratories, originally designed for writing OS operating systems, later became popular among programmers. Ada was named after Augusta Ada Byron, the daughter of Lord Byron, the assistant of Charles Babbage, created by U.S. Department of Defense to be a uniform language used by the Department of Defense contractor. Object-oriented language: object, a data item, and operations to be applied to them are tied together. Programmers first define an object and the types of operation that can be applied to this object and can use the combinations and invoke some all of the operations defined to a solved problem. The objects are active. Examples: C++ and Java are object-oriented languages. C++ was developed by Bajarne Strostrup at Bell's Laboratory. Uses classes to define general characteristics of similar objects, the operations that can be applied to them. There are three principles of C++: encapsulation, inheritance, and polymorphism. Encapsulation, the idea of hiding the data. Some operations can be performed on the data inside the object. Inheritance, an object can inherit from one another object. Polymorphism, you can define several operations with the same name that can be do different things related in classes. Next one is Java. It was developed by Sun Microsystem. It was based on C and C++. It is totally class oriented. Program can be either application or an applet. Application is a standalone program. Applet, it is embedded in HTML language, stored on a server and run by the browser. Class library, a collection of classes. Multi-threading, a thread is a sequence of actions executed one after another. Java allows multi-threading. Functional languages: a program is considered as a mathematical function. A function is a black box that maps a list of inputs to a list of outputs. It does the following: it predefines a set of primitive functions that can be used by any programmer. It allows the programmer to combine primitive functions to create new functions. Advantages of over procedural language: it encourages modular programming, allows the programmer to make new functions out of existing. Examples are Lisp and Scheme. List programming. It is designed by researchers at MIT in early 1960s. Everything is considered as a list. Scheme. Scheme is a version of Lisp developed by MIT in 1970s. It defines a set of primitive functions that solve the problem. Declarative or logic languages uses the principle of logic reasoning to answer the queries based on the formal logic defined by Greek mathematician and later developed into what is called first order predicate calculus. Logical reason is based on deduction. One problem a program is specific to a particular domain because collecting all the facts into programming makes it useful. Example is Prolog programming in logic. It was developed by A. Colmarior, Colmarior in France in 1972. Program is made of facts and rules. Special languages are HTML, Perl, and SQL. HTML is hypertext markup language, pseudo language that includes make the serve as formatting hints and links and tags. HTML is made of text and tags. Tag enclosed into angle brackets and usually comes in pairs. Marks that are embedded into the text. It can have a list of attributes, each of which can be followed by an equal sign and value assigned with the attribute. HTML page is stored on a server and can be downloaded by a server. Browser removes the tag, interprets them as either formatting hints or links to other files. Allows you to embed formatting instructions in the file system and stored in the text. There are two parts. Head, the first part of the contains the title of page and other parameters that the browser will use. Body, the actual contents of page includes the text tags. Text is actual info contained in the page. Tag defines the appearance of the page. This is the example for HTML code. Next one is Perl, practical extraction and report language, high level language with syntax similar to C language but more efficient. It is powerful in its well designed use of regular expressions that allow the programmer to pass a string of characters into its components and extract need to SQL is the structured query language used to answer queries about database. This is the overview for today's lecture. There are types of language: machine, symbolic, high level, natural, building a program, writing, editing, compiling, linking. Categories of languages: procedural, object oriented, functional, declarative, special. Thank you.